A recent 2024 study made headlines, linking intermittent fasting, or IF, to a staggering 91% increased risk of cardiovascular mortality. This finding sparked considerable debate and concern among health professionals and the public alike. This alarming claim caused widespread confusion and fear, leaving many to question the safety and efficacy of intermittent fasting. Let's cut the hype and see what the science says. Welcome to Longevity Liftoff, where we cut through the noise with science-backed insights. Today, we're tackling the truth about intermittent fasting, separating fact from fiction to provide you with clarity and actionable information. Our analysis is rooted in a rigorous synthesis of current clinical evidence, prioritizing systematic reviews, meta-analyses, and randomized controlled trials published between 2018 and 2025. Intermittent fasting, or IF, isn't a specific diet. It's a collection of temporal eating patterns that cycle between periods of eating and voluntary fasting. It's a flexible approach that focuses on when you eat, rather than strictly what you eat. The core scientific interest in IF lies in its potential weight loss independent mechanisms, particularly the metabolic switch. This refers to a fundamental change in how the body generates energy, moving beyond simple calorie restriction. Studies in people show that fasting periods of sufficient duration, typically over 12 hours, trigger this metabolic switch. This evolutionary adaptation allows our bodies to efficiently utilize stored energy when food is not readily available. This shift moves the body from glucose utilization to fatty acid-derived ketogenesis, a fundamental change in how your body fuels itself. Instead of relying on carbohydrates, the body begins to break down fats for energy, producing ketone bodies. The shift from glucose to ketone-based metabolism has direct therapeutic effects. It improves insulin sensitivity, enhances glucose uptake in skeletal muscle, and reduces glucose production. This metabolic shift demonstrates advantages over continuous caloric restriction in improving insulin sensitivity and reducing fasting insulin levels. These benefits are observed even when total caloric intake is matched between groups. As a result, IF is a particularly relevant tool for individuals with metabolic syndrome or prediabetes, as it directly addresses key markers of these conditions. It offers a promising avenue for improving metabolic health beyond just weight loss. Some human studies, particularly on early time-restricted eating, have even shown improved pancreatic beta cell responsiveness. This indicates that IF can help the pancreas function more efficiently in producing and releasing insulin. Now let's debunk some common myths about intermittent fasting. These myths often lead to confusion and prevent people from adopting IF effectively or safely. Myth number 1: IF is superior to calorie cutting for weight loss. The truth is, when calories are matched, you won't lose extra pounds. Multiple meta-analyses from 2024 and 2025 conclude that both strategies are equally effective for weight management. The key factor is achieving a caloric deficit, regardless of the method used to create it. Myth number 2: 16-hour fasting triggers deep autophagy. This is a largely unwarranted extrapolation from animal studies. While autophagy is a fascinating cellular recycling process, its activation in humans through common IF protocols is not well supported by evidence. Animal studies suggest autophagy may begin between 24 to 48 hours of complete fasting, but there's no robust clinical evidence that a common 16-hour fasting window is sufficient to trigger significant systemic autophagy in humans. The fasting-mimicking diet, a 5-day protocol, was specifically designed to induce deep cellular stress and regeneration, implying a simple 16-hour fast is insufficient for these deeper cellular goals. This highlights the difference between short daily fasts and more prolonged fasting protocols. Myth number 3: you will lose muscle. This is mostly false. Concerns about muscle loss during fasting are often overstated, especially with proper implementation. When combined with resistance training, IF generally helps maintain lean body mass. Studies show that individuals can preserve muscle while losing fat when incorporating strength training into their routine. However, there's a nuance for males specifically seeking to maximize muscle gain, where continuous feeding might offer a slight edge. For those aiming for peak hypertrophy, more frequent protein intake might be marginally beneficial. Myth number 4: intermittent fasting leads to increased risk of cardiovascular mortality. That headline came from a preliminary conference abstract, not a peer-reviewed study, and it was observational, so it cannot prove fasting caused the risk. The explanation lies in so-called reverse causality. Many sick people eat less and in shorter windows. Bottom line, it is illness that drives the deaths, not the schedule. In fact, multiple research find IF is modestly beneficial for cardiometabolic markers. Now, let's talk about what not to do when starting intermittent fasting. Avoiding these common pitfalls can significantly improve your experience and results. Avoid starting with extreme fasts, as this can lead to significant physiological stress. Jumping into prolonged fasting without prior adaptation can cause discomfort, fatigue, and even adverse health effects. Binging during your eating window is another common pitfall that negates the benefits of fasting. Overeating or consuming unhealthy, calorie-dense foods during your eating period can easily undo any caloric deficit achieved during the fast. Ignoring electrolytes can lead to side effects like headaches and lethargy, often referred to as the keto flu. These symptoms arise from imbalances in essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, which are crucial for bodily functions. These symptoms are predictable and transient during the initial adaptation phase, but proper hydration and electrolyte balance are crucial. Ensuring adequate intake of water and electrolytes can significantly mitigate these uncomfortable side effects. Here is a clear, actionable, step-by-step plan to implement intermittent fasting safely and effectively to help you gradually adapt and maximize the benefits of IF. For weeks 1 to 2, begin with a gentle 12-12 schedule. This means fasting for 12 hours and having a 12-hour eating window. For example, if you finish dinner at 7 p.m., you would break your fast at 7 a.m. the next day. This is the easiest way to introduce your body to fasting without significant stress. It allows your digestive system to rest and your body to begin adapting to shorter eating windows, often by simply skipping a late-night snack. For weeks 3 to 4, progress to a 14-10 schedule, extending your fasting window by 2 hours. This might mean pushing your first meal to 9 a.m. if you stopped eating at 7 p.m., or adjusting your dinner time. This gradual increase allows your body to adapt comfortably to longer fasting periods. You'll likely start to notice the metabolic switch becoming more pronounced as your body becomes more efficient at burning fat for fuel. From week 5 onwards, if you feel comfortable and well adapted, establish a 16-8 schedule. This is a common and effective protocol where you fast for 16 hours and have an 8-hour eating window. This is a popular and sustainable protocol for many, offering significant metabolic benefits, including improved insulin sensitivity and better blood sugar control. It's often easily integrated into daily life. However, it's also crucial to understand that IF is not for everyone. This includes pregnant individuals, those with a history of eating disorders, and individuals with type 1 diabetes. For these groups, the risks associated with fasting far outweigh any potential benefits. If you found this evidence-based breakdown helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Longevity Liftoff for more science-backed health insights, and comment below with your current fasting window. We love hearing from our community and learning about your experiences.